All right, dear friend, welcome back to the channel. This is Salon's blog. It is a beautiful Thursday, hot day, a very hot day. It's in the afternoon, actually. Yeah, we are already in the afternoon here. You are going to bed or you are waking up. This is your breakfast, right? Great. It is about the transfer market. And things have been happening. A lot of transfer transactions, negotiations here and there across Europe. Every club is talking about transfer. Every club is talking about strengthening their squad. Some want to sell, some are buying. And look, it's about money. And so the negotiations that are taking place right now, they are in millions of pounds. Like I told you yesterday, dear friends, some of the prices are just ridiculous. Actually, football has become a big time trade or business. A player of 18 years is being valued at 87 million pounds, $100 million. 100 million euro. A player of 18-year-old. My goodness. Dear friend, well. Chelsea, we are also in the market. And it has been said that we need at least three. We need at least three. A center back, midfielder, and an attacker. And that's a striker. A striker. Our main target is actually a striker. Our main target is a striker. And then a center back to replace Thiago Silva, who is about to retire next season. All right, before I continue on the transfer issues, our own Jose Mourinho, just for you to laugh over this, Jose Mourinho on why he wasn't mentioned in Arsene Wenger's book. You know, Arsene Wenger wrote a book, about his career. And he never made mention of Jose Mourinho. He never talked about him, even though he mentioned other coaches, including Pep Guardiola. But Arsene Wenger never, throughout the book, mentioned Jose's name in that book. And Jose Mourinho was asked a question. Believe in me, you know the way he can talk. This is what he said. Jose Mourinho on why he wasn't mentioned in Arsene Wenger's book. He said, because he never beat me. You are not going to do a chapter about 12 or 14 matches and never win one. So why should he speak about me in his book? A book is a thing to make you happy, make you proud. So I perfectly understand the situation. That is Jose Mourinho for you, dear friend. Now we move on to the bigger news of the day. By the way, let me also ask you, can you imagine having Osimhen, Mbappe, and Nkuku heading Chelsea's attack? Chelsea fans, what do you think? This is a fantasy, right? Can you dream about this? Having Christopher Nkuku, Mbappe, and Victor Osimhen heading the Chelsea attack next summer. Will it be bad to dream about that? It is a possibility, dear friend. It is a big possibility. I'm not telling you that is our plan currently. But I'm also saying it is a possibility. Don't forget, Mbappe currently is negotiating for new deals. He has the right to talk to any club of his choice. And Chelsea has been linked with Mbappe for some time now. Mbappe was linked also to Real Madrid. We know that is his preference. He's been linked to Liverpool as well. So anything can happen. And don't forget, Chelsea are working on a deal for Victor Osimhen. Most probably, I'll come to that news later. But just dream a little today, as you are going to bed or as you are waking up this morning. Have something to dream about. Victor Osimhen, Kylian Mbappe, and Nkuku heading Chelsea attack. Let me hear from you in the comment section. That would have been a cracker in the Premier League, right? Let me hear from you in the comment section what you think. Well, Andre Onana has agreed to play 2 matches in the space of 24 hours. Andre Onana, that's Manchester United goalkeeper, has agreed to play 2 matches in 24 hours. January 14th versus Spurs. Then after the game, he will fly straight away to AFCON to meet his team in Ivory Coast, where the AFCON is taking place. That next day, as he's arriving, he's preparing to play the next game, which his team is playing Guinea, on the 15th of January. He will play Spurs on 14th and play Guinea on the 15th. What do you think? This is an amicable agreement between the player, the club, and the national team to maximize his playing time for Manchester United before the AFCON. According to David Ornstein, the deal was agreed between the club and the national team. I don't know who is in charge of the national team right now for Senegal. I think Cisse, right? Aliou Cisse. I should think so, if my memory sets me right. And he agreed that his goalkeeper will play a game the next day. After the game, he will fly into AFCON and take over from the number 2 goalkeeper or number 3 goalkeeper that is there, and he will still mount the post and for their game against Guinea. Well, I am not too sure if Manchester United will agree that Onana will play after playing for the national team, will fly down and keep the goalpost for them. I don't think Manchester United will agree on such a deal. But as it's a vice versa, the national team agreed. Because we are Africans, we are not thinking properly. So there's something wrong with us here. There is something wrong with us here. He is a human. He goes into that game with certain hospitals with all his soul, all his mind, his body, and everything. Mentally, he will be weak. He will now have to board a flight from Europe to Africa, get to team camp, the camp that he has not been part of for the training, the 2 weeks that the players are together. He's not been part of it. You arrive and you'll be given a gloves to mount the goalpost. This can only happen in Africa. No European national team will accept this. No. Let's call a spade a spade. Anyway, Sky Germany's Florian Plattenberg made a statement regarding Sancho. As a matter of fact, Sancho's deal has been agreed with Dortmund, and personal terms have also been agreed. Now, this is what the Sky Germany's Florian has said about Dortmund. He said, Dortmund are aware that he's not been part of the team training and hasn't featured in matches over the past 4 months. It's a risk, but they have had talks with the player, and he is injury-free, is fit, and is ready to play. Dortmund are convinced that he can have an immediate impact. The fans are celebrating this news and the possibility of this big return. One of the biggest returns of the last 5 years or 6 years. Others see it very critical. Sancho is almost there. Jordan Sancho finally is going back to where he came from, and he will restart his career from where he came from. That's Dortmund. I saw one picture together with him in the Haaland with Dortmund when they won a cup. I saw the picture. It was beautiful. We can only wish him well. Well, Matt Law reports on Chelsea that Chelsea may look at left back that can give competition to Ben Chilwell. Left back. That means that we are still adding more to our squad. The squad size. Right now, Chelsea are to sell some players to free the squad, to make provision for the incomings. But the problem is, we are still going in for young, talented players, raw. That is my problem. If Ben Chilwell needs competition, there are other players there already. There are 2 or 3 players there already. Okay, who are we going to buy next? Is that person more experienced than Maatsen that we are selling to Dortmund? Are we serious as a club? What is wrong that we cannot maintain Maatsen? Maatsen to the same Dortmund. Why can't we maintain it? Breaking news. A move to Germany for Maatsen may convince Chelsea to try to sign a left back this month, even though Ben Chilwell is on his way back from injury. Now, if we want a competition for Ben Chilwell, Maatsen is a natural left back. Natural left back. So why are we selling him for £30 million as the asking price? And then we are now going to buy another one, maybe 18 or 19-year-old. When Maatsen already has a role he's been playing in Chelsea. He even accepted the bit part playing that he's been playing. Why selling him and getting a new one? Listen, you can only convince me about this if we are buying experience. If the one that is coming is about 27, 28 years old. If he is already in the Premier League with Premier League experience, that can just hit the ground running. That can really give Ben Chilwell Ben Chilwell now is coming back from injury. He has not played the game for over 3 months now, or 2.5 months now. If that he will come in and give a real competition or hit the ground running, I have no problem. I have no problem. But just to let Maatsen go and go into buy another 18 years, 19-year-old, it doesn't make sense. It doesn't. This is according to Matt Law, to give Ben Chilwell what? A competition in that left back position. So why selling Maatsen? Well, quickly before I let you go, because today I have a lot to talk about, and I will not be wasting so much time. In conclusion, before I let you go, one on Victor Osimhen, because it's coming from Fabrizio Romano. I purposely held this one for last. It's coming from Victor Osimhen, right? Now, I don't think Osimhen will leave 99% in January. The release clause is for the summer, not January. The release clause is for the summer, not January. The mission in January will be for a club to agree in personal terms, but even that will be hard. It is a saga that will be discussed in the next month. I'm taking that again. This is from Fabrizio Romano. We know already around the globe, when it comes to football breaking news, Fabrizio Romano is number one. And he is giving us full detail of what is going to transpire. I said it before that Victor Osimhen, to get him this month, January, will be a very tall mountain to climb. But we can have a pre-contract agreement with him. And this is exactly what Fabrizio is talking about. He said he doesn't think Osimhen will leave 99% in January. The release clause is for the summer, not this January. The mission in January will be for a club to agree in personal terms, but even that will be hard. It is a saga that will be discussed in the next month, according to Fabrizio Romano. So Chelsea fans, relax. We can get our man, we can have personal terms agreement with which they are working on currently. Things are working out, trust me. Unless otherwise, there is nothing 100% in football terms. Like he himself put here 99%. There is nothing 100% in football terms. So let's wait and see what happens next. On that note, it is Transfer Market. I shall be back with more exclusives and explosives. Watch out in the next few hours. I'll see you when you see me. Shalom and peace.